Hi there, Waltoneers. I'm Jack, and this is DSY Newscasts, and I'm here today very early. It's actually before the sun's even risen, but I'm here at Disney's Hollywood Studios for my very first media event. You know, can't believe it either. Here at a Disney media event as DSY Newscasts. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for helping make this possible, to have a channel like this invited to a media event like this. So, you know, wouldn't happen without any of you, the Waltoneers, so thanks for that. But yeah, the Disney media event is about Star Tours, as you probably guessed from the thumbnail already. And yeah, it's going to be the new planet integrated within Star Tours. I get to, you know, go on it a little bit early, like half an hour before park opening. And once I've checked it out, once I've ridden it, I'll come back and give you my honest thoughts and opinions on the whole thing the other side. So with that being said, let's go on. So, just got off Star Tours, the mission. Obviously we're in Galaxy's Edge right now, but first things first, really good update to Star Tours. And I'm not just saying that, it's definitely a solid update. And the way I would describe it is, this was very much like the Disney Plus edition of Star Tours, if that makes sense. You had all the, you know, fan favorites and the best of Star Wars and Disney Plus. You had Mandalorian and Grogu, you had Ahsoka Tano, and there's going to be Andor within the attraction as well. When we rode it, we didn't see Cassian Andor on this ride that we've just done, but he'll be within the attraction as well. So it's all one new segment, one new scene. I'm guessing it's going to be running quite a bit on the attraction as well, so you'll be able to have a chance to see it. And where I would actually put it in the, you know, different levels of Star Tours new missions is, I would say it's almost actually better in a way than the Force Awakens one. So it's definitely better than the Last Jedi version and the Rise of Skywalker, in my opinion it is. And the Force Awakens, remember when Force Awakens came out and they had that new mission in Star Tours and that feeling of freshness and newness within the attraction? It's like that again, but you've actually got Mando in the attraction along with Grogu. And the way that Mandalorian is integrated within the attraction is, he's not integrated within the actual scenes of the attraction in terms of a mission on the screen. He isn't, you know, you're not riding alongside his ship at the same time. He actually appears via hologram. And I've got to say, this hologram that they've got for this version of the attraction feels much longer than the Leia version that they had before. And I really do feel that the way that they've done the hologram, it's added to the 3D aspect of the attraction. So at one point, one of these alien frog things kind of flies slowly towards you, and then Grogu just whips it back in and eats it. And it's a good moment, but it also really plays on that 3D hologram aspect and really plays that up in a bigger way. So definitely a big upgrade. Now, obviously, the elephant in the room here is, what does this mean for Mandalorian at Galaxy's Edge? And I do think that this is kind of the beginning of the integration of maybe seeing a Mandalorian attraction in the future, because they're testing the waters to see what the fan response is. Here with Star Tours. Star Tours, we all know it, the family-friendly thrill experience, you know, it's the same stuff that we all know, and it delivers on that every time. But they're taking Mandalorian and seeing how it works in a theme park setting and teasing it on out, and then that way they can maybe do an attraction in a few years' time, probably after the Mandalorian and Grogu movie comes out, you know, in a couple of years. But when that does come out, they'll look at the box office results, they'll see the response to this on the Star Tours attraction, and then hopefully we'll get some sort of attraction around the Mandalorian and Grogu, because it's an extremely popular character. You know, we've just had a meet and greet here today at Galaxy's Edge, and people still swarm to the Mando and Grogu, and he was a lot chattier than usual, and it felt like he had maybe some new, you know, dialogue that he wanted to talk to us about with the guests, and more guest interaction. So clearly this is a character that really does have an awful lot of popularity, and it's going to be interesting to see what this does for Star Tours in the future. And the obvious one here is Millennium Falcon. How does this now Star Tours compare to Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run? And obviously we would all like to see new missions within Smuggler's Run, and it would be great to see Mando within Smuggler's Run. That's what I would love to see. But it's much harder to create those interactive gameplay missions for Smuggler's Run than it is to put Mando in Star Tours. So I'm just glad that we're getting some new Mandalorian Star Wars integration within Star Tours to make this attraction more popular, whereas, you know, Smuggler's Run is still going to be popular because it's the Millennium Falcon. But yet Star Tours, I think, needed this update more than Falcon from a popularity standpoint. But from a gameplay standpoint, I think the Falcon could do with some new missions. So fingers crossed in the future we get something new with Falcon as well. But definitely solid upgrade. If you're in Hollywood Studios or Disneyland or Disneyland Paris, definitely go check it out. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this new mission, and I think it's going to be running quite a bit as well. And so that's it for today. That's the end of the media event. You know, the park is open like usual to everyone to go and enjoy Disney's Hollywood Studios. You know, Star Tours is open to the public. Go check out the new missions. To me, Star Tours has always been one of my favorites. It always delivers, you know, that Star Warsy goodness. So I've always enjoyed it. So it's great to see something new within Star Tours. And also I'd like to say once again, a thank you to everyone who watches this channel and who has supported it for so long. You know, I've been doing this for 7 years, so to be finally invited to a Disney media event as an independent YouTube, you know, journalist or news host, it's a big deal, and it's something that we've achieved together. It's not just me doing these videos. It would be nothing if it wasn't without you guys watching it. So you and me, the Waltoneers, we've achieved this together. And speaking of which, now it's over to you in the comments section. The Waltoneers, I'd like to know what are your thoughts and opinions on this new Star Tours scene and the integration of these new characters. And also, if this is the beginning of Mandalorian getting more attraction, you know, integration within the parks, then what would you like to see in the future in terms of you know, an attraction for Mandalorian in Galaxy's Edge? What would your dream scenario for that be if they do one of those in the future in Galaxy's Edge? And of course, you know, subscribe down below, check out the rest of the videos on the channel, hit the notification bell, all the usual stuff. I released a video yesterday as well, so go check that out on a big news update. And I'd like to say thank you to the Patreons, the official Waltoneer Club over on Patreon, and also the Waltoneer Gold members that you can see here on the screen, as well as Waltoneer Diamond member Kyle Mahan. And with all that being said for today, I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.